You are now watching The Tax Talk, a show that seeks to familiarize you with the ins and outs of the tax world in Lagos State. Today we have a big story edition on our hands. As usual, our starting point is business news. Stay tuned.
This is business news. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has announced a significant increase in the state gross domestic product over the past 5 years, attributing the growth to a well-planned ideas and economic policies implemented by his administration. Sanwo-Olu made his statement during a courtesy visit by the Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, led by its President and Chairman Professor Pius Olarewaju, at the Lagos House in Ikeja recently. The governor also reiterated his administration's commitment to further enhancing the state economy, fostering a conducive environment for businesses to thrive and ensure increased prosperity in a safe and secure setting. Governor Sanwo-Olu also pledged to collaborate with a Chartered Institute of Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria to promote corporate governance and effective administration across the state. This commitment was made during a courtesy visit by the President and Chairman of ICSAN, Mrs. Fumi Ekundayo, and other members of the Institute also at the Lagos House in Ikeja. Sanwo-Olu emphasized Lagos' role as a welcoming hub for all Nigerians, adding that his administration will continue creating platforms and opportunities for the growth and success of its residents. In a significant move to avert severe congestion by articulated truck and improve the efficiency of logistics operations within the Lekki-Epe Free Trade Zone corridor, the Lagos State government has announced the commencement of the e-call app system for managing truck movement within the axis from 23rd September 2024. The commencement date was earlier extended on stakeholders' request to give adequate room for full compliance. The e-call app system is ready for implementation for a sustainable, effective, and technology-driven solution of truck movement in the Lekki-Epe corridor. Disclosing the new commencement date, the State Commissioner for Transportation, Mr. Oluwaseun Ushiyemi, explained that the application of e-call app system will help synchronize movement of trucks accessing the Lekki Deep Seaport and other industries within the corridor, starting from Eleko Junction to Lekki Free Trade Zone, highlighting the state and federal government plans on road network expansion and intermodal transport system to streamline vehicular traffic and enhancing free movement in one of Lagos' most critical economic zones. A transportation commissioner opined that the e-call system will control the corridor. The e-call app system, an advanced digital platform, is designed to regulate the entry and exit of trucks in the Lekki-Epe area by scheduling and coordinating their movement. This system will help prevent the chaotic traffic situations often caused by the indiscriminate parking and movement of trucks within the corridor. That's it on Business News.
Welcome back. You just saw business news. Quick question. Do you think there's a connection between taxation and happiness? Your first instinct is probably to instantly discard that notion. Well, today the big story is on taxation and happiness, exploring the link between taxes and quality of life. It's time for the big story.
This is the big story. Happiness is often seen as a sense of personal experience, a sense of joy shared with loved ones, the feeling of security when walking through your neighborhood, or the satisfaction of knowing your children have access to good education and healthcare. But what if happiness wasn't just a private matter? What if the collective happiness of a society was intricately tied to something we rarely associate with taxes? People often have reactions against taxes. It's easy to think of taxes as a burden, an obligation we fulfill with little enthusiasm. But do you know that tax payment could be one of the most important drivers of happiness? In Lagos State, monthly and yearly contributions in form of taxes aren't just seen to be disappearing into the unknown, but are actively used in shaping the community where everyone from all walks of life choose to call home. As we examine the effect of tax payment on people's happiness, we see that our contributions don't just fund services, they foster a sense of belonging, security, and optimism for the future. When residents see their tax naira at work, improving their surroundings and enhancing their quality of life, they feel a greater sense of trust and pride in Lagos State, obviously known as a center of excellence.
Government proactiveness, in summary, is basically providing the basic amenities for all the residents in Lagos to be able to live a life that is free of fear and that has all the requisite dividends of democracy, like infrastructure, good roads, free education, security. So provision of all that through tax payments makes it possible for all the residents in Lagos to be able to live knowing that they are secured and they don't have to have any fear of maybe bombing and all that. Their children are able to go to school from primary school all the way to SS3 and it's free. And not only that it's free, the government is also introducing ICT and a level of digital technology into our schools to ensure that they are able to be at par with other students, both in Nigeria and in the diaspora.
Research has shown that countries with higher tax rates dedicated to public health, citizens often enjoy better access to medical services, leading to lower mortality rates and higher life expectancy. Taxes build the roads that allow us to travel safely, fund the schools that educate our future leaders, and support the hospitals that provide critical care. They enable the development of infrastructure, social services, and public amenities that directly impact our day to day lives. In short, the taxes we pay are the building blocks of a happier, healthier society. In Lagos State, the connection between tax payment and happiness is more tangible than ever. Every kobo paid contributes to a brighter future, better healthcare, cleaner streets, safer neighborhoods, and a more prosperous economy. By pooling our resources through taxes, we are investing in the collective well being of the city and ensuring that happiness isn't a luxury reserved for a few, but a shared experience for all.
All those are made possible through tax payments. You have the LSCTF, the Security Trust Fund. The Security Trust Fund ensures that we have enough police vehicles and we're able to call on the police and they're able to attend to the needs of the residents as at when due. There's also the Ilera Eco. So the Ilera Eco is the level of insurance that you have to pay just a stipend as a resident of Lagos again to be able to have the elderly and the young ones get health care free. And other people, maybe the mothers that are expecting also, they also have health care free through the Ilera Eco. There's also the LSCTF, which provides interest-free loan to people that want to do vocational training or they are entrepreneurs in need of a level of fund to be able to kickstart their business. So all those are made possible through tax payments and government utilizes those funds judiciously to the benefit of the residents of Lagos State.
The Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS, employs a structured approach that involves efficient tax collection, compliance enforcement, and robust data management. This ensures sustainable revenue generation without overburdening residents.
The structure of LRS for purpose of tax payments by the residents is a well thought out structure in the sense that we understand that there are different levels of taxpayers, and so we've segmented our structures in a way that is bespoke to meet all those levels of taxpayers. You have the informal sector, for which I'm the director, and that caters to the people at the base of the pyramid, because we understand that they should not be treated like people that have proper structure or that are knowledgeable and learned. So they cater to the people in the informal sector. Then we have the Personal Income Tax Directorate, which caters to the more learned taxpayers who have structure, who understand what the tax law is saying. Then we also know that beyond that level, there is the high net worth individuals. Those are the high paying at the tip of the pyramid. And the conversation with them must be skewed to meet and fit for their purpose. So we have a directorate also that caters to that. Why do we have all these different directorates? It's just to ensure that when a conversation comes with respect to their income tax or their payments, they are able to have the people that understand how the businesses that they do operate. There's also the relationship management unit, because we understand that there must be stakeholders engagement, there must be follow-up and feedback from the taxpayers and the tax authority. So we have different staffs that are trained, and they are trained to be able to meet those needs of taxpayers with a view to bringing simplification into the conversation, with a view to bringing ease of doing business into the conversation of tax payments, with a view to ensuring that they are able to pay their taxes as at when due in an easy way and in a simplified manner. So those are the things, some of the things that we take into consideration here. There's also the fact that there is e-tax, the electronic, the enterprise tax, because we've realized that the reality of the day across the climes is that you must be able to be in your house or anywhere in the world and be able to do what you need to do as at when you need to do it. So the enterprise tax platform, that's the e-tax platform, is available. So wherever you are in the world, you are able to file your returns with ease. You are able to make your payments with ease. You are able to interact with us through the web, ask your questions, have it answered. You are able to have a one view, bird's eye view of our frequently asked questions, to be able to know just a bit more about how we operate. We also have the customer care numbers for you to call in, phone us. If the person at the end of that call is not able to answer appropriately, they are able to connect you with the directorate that will be able to meet that need.
One of the key aspects of empowerment is quality education. This is because an educated population is better equipped to renovate, create, and contribute to economic growth, nurturing a sense of fulfillment and happiness among citizens. In Lagos State, tax-funded public education system provides students with access to quality learning environment, modern facilities, and diverse programs, laying the foundation for a brighter future.
It's a zero tolerance in Lagos State to child hawking. The governor and the executive have zero tolerance to children hawking. So they've made provision for free education right from the primary school all the way to SS3. You have free education in the public schools. And beyond that free education, they've also taken it a step further to ensure that the Becky and the NECO is also paid for by the government. And gone are the days where you say, oh, government schools, no chairs, no table. They are basically equipped. And in recent years, we've even had a lot of influx from private schools of children being registered and transferred to public school, because the public schools are properly equipped. They have the ICT, they have the career week, and they have a host of innovations to ensure that the children are engaged and they are able to be at par with all the other peers all over the world. So those are some of the investments that government has done in education in Lagos State.
Another key area where taxation plays a major role in the happiness of taxpayers is in infrastructure development. The quality of fiscal surroundings has a direct correlation with the happiness of the populace. To the delight of the Lagos state resident and taxpayers, the state government, through revenue generated from taxes by the LIRS, has continued to deploy resources in the development of infrastructure such as the construction and maintenance of roads, public transport, utilities, improving connectivity, and making daily life more convenient and enjoyable. Taxes provide the necessary funding to undertake these large-scale projects. Improved infrastructure reduces traffic congestion, enhances transportation efficiency, and provides reliable access to basic amenities like clean water and electricity. This improvement not only boosts economic productivity but also raises the standard of living for all residents by creating a safer, more connected, and more prosperous environment.
Infrastructure development in Lagos State, how does it improve the lives of residents? You can see me, I'm looking fresh because the government has provided roads and there are less potholes. I'm able to get to my office as I should. Women and children are able to have free health care when they need it. Mothers that are trying to give birth to their children also have free health care to ensure that there is lower mortality rate at that level. Entrepreneurs that are aspiring to contribute to the economy are able to also have government investment in them. So it's like a fruit basket that has been provided by the government to ensure that no matter the level or the class that you are, there's something there for you to meet your needs and to let you know that you are a valued resident of the state. So government is always at that, and we are seeing that value and we are seeing that impact, how taxpayers are willing to voluntarily comply and they come up to pay their taxes as at when due. And that is evident and testament in our collections and the IGR of the state.
Examining the impact of taxation on income inequality, taxes play a critical role in wealth distribution by enabling the government to fund social programs, provide public services, and ensure equity in access to opportunities. Progressive taxation helps bridge the wealth gap, as the revenue is used to support initiatives that benefit lower income individuals, such as affordable housing, healthcare, and education. By redistributing wealth through these programs, taxation fosters a more inclusive society where all residents can benefit from Lagos' economic growth.
The role that taxation plays in distribution of wealth, not only even in Lagos State, all over the world, is that everybody has to contribute according to their quota. Because what is tax? Tax is basically you paying something on your income. So it's predicated on income. What you earn, you calculate what is due in taxes on that and you pay to government. So if you are in the informal sector and you are not able to calculate, and we can see that you are not learned or you don't have knowledge of banking and you are basically just doing this and that and your incomes are intermixed, we place you on the presumptive tax because we know that you do not rightly know what your income and expenditure is. So you pay that presumptive tax to just be able to beat your hand to your chest and say, oh, I have paid my taxes. And then if it's somebody working in a structured organization, at the point where the salaries are paid every month, their taxes are deducted. So it's based on income. So everybody contributes according to their income. So what does that do in the long run? It's that it's a leveler. It levels out everybody. Everybody contributes into the government coffers, and government redistributes that income or that revenue to meet everybody's needs, security-wise, infrastructure, social amenities, basic amenities, provision of food baskets or food markets where you can buy food cheap. And it distributes that resource and that revenue for everybody to benefit from.
Effective tax policies can drive economic growth, reduce inequality, and fund essential public services that improve the quality of life for all citizens. Transparent and fair tax systems where citizens feel that their contributions are being used effectively can have a great impact on residents' well-being. Hence, next time you think about taxes, consider this. Behind every payment is the potential for a happier, more connected Lagos. The impact may seem small individually, but collectively, it builds a city where happiness is within everyone's reach.
The big story today was on taxation and happiness, exploring the link between taxes and quality of life. I asked you earlier if you thought there was a link between taxation and happiness. In light of the big story just gone by, what would your response be? Let's take a break right now. We'll be back with the remaining segments on the Tax Talk.
Hi everyone, I am Dr. Mrs. Claudiana Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, the First Lady of Lagos State. My way of combating sexual and gender-based violence is through advocacy works, going to schools and sensitizing them on issues concerning sexual and gender-based violence. Also having engagements with stakeholders that are very strong on the issue of sexual and gender-based violence, donation of utility vehicles to aid assistance when they want to take survivors for further investigation, and also engaging them to ensure that they have a proper and robust legal service. This September, as we commemorate the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Awareness Month, I urge everyone to join hands with me for us to move away from just slogans to action to fight this menace against sexual and gender-based violence. SGBV, not on my watch, not in my Lagos.
Your company through the break is appreciated. Still to come, Tax did it. We are back into the studio and ready to wrap things up today. This could not have been possible without the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service and the entire crew of the Tax Talk. We consider you, our esteemed viewer and taxpayer, as a vital stakeholder and collaborator as we do our part to make sure that taxation in Lagos State continues to work for us all. My name is Oyinlola Saleh, and you can find me here next week on this same station. Bye for now.